Hello and welcome to Saturn Day Sabbath. I am Reiki Master Sharon, and today I want to talk about giving grace in our humanness. Because when we become more aware of ourselves, Mira wanted to escape, so I just decided I'd open the door for her a little bit. When we become more aware of ourselves, we become more aware of the behaviors of other people. And this can be a double-edged sword at times, especially when we are forming connections and community with other people, because it's easy to look at an instance or an action of something that might show up as what we perceive to be an unhealed pattern. But I think it's important to look at the overall person and the overall energy that they're exuding, to look at what their true intentions are and what they're creating and what they're bringing into this physical reality. Because it's so easy to say, well, this person did this one thing and that made me think that maybe they're not as healed or not as aligned with my mission as I thought they once might have been. And I think I just see so many people that are creating beautiful things that have touched thousands of people, and they do one small thing and people just turn on them. People are just, oh, you just want to look out for yourself. This was just a ploy to get me to do what you wanted me to do. And a lot of that is our resistance to being manipulated and controlled, because we're still healing from those wounds that were inflicted to us from other people. And I think it's kind of hard. It's challenging. It's challenging in the spiritual community because a lot of us are very intuitive. A lot of us do have instincts that pop up. And really, there are a lot of great spiritual leaders and things of that nature that are creating beautiful programs, but the way that they are presenting themselves could be conflicting with what their true mission is, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I think at the end of the day, we're all just doing our best to listen to our calling. All of these perceived setbacks are learning blocks for us to grow and evolve from. And even some of the people that I consider my mentors have done things that I have learned that I'd want to do something different with my practice. I'd want to do something more aligned because of how the way it made me feel. Because I don't want the people that I'm made for to feel that way. But that doesn't mean that that was their intention. It just means that there are so many different marketing schemes and ploys to pull people in, to get people to sign up, to invoke this feeling of fear of missing out. And they work, and that's why people do them. But it doesn't mean that that's the way that we have to do it. It doesn't mean that that's the way that we have to go moving forward. It's, I think, a big reason why there's always so many shifts and changes in the algorithm and things of this nature, because the more that we wake up, the more that we illuminate this light in other people, the higher our consciousness rises, and there's a shift in how things are being done. There's a shift in how people are aligning with each other. And it's not coming from a place of manipulation, control, and things of that nature, or even necessity. It's more so that we're aligning out of our authenticity. You're aligning with me because something resonates with you and me. I was made for you. You were made for me. We belong together, even if it's just for an instance. Even if it's just for us to learn a lesson together, and then we go our separate ways. I think a lot of times we think that friendships, business partnerships, relationships, all of these things are meant to come together and last together forever. But the truth of the matter is that we are all individually in charge of and responsible for our own vibration. And if we aren't consciously doing that work to maintain that energy and that vibration, sometimes we can vibrate out of each other's lives. Sometimes we were aligned in a wounding, and then once we healed from that wound, we were no longer compatible. We were no longer aligned. And we vibrated out of each other's reality, because now you're on a different dimension and I'm on a different dimension. And the only way for us to become aligned again is if we are both on that same dimension again. And there's no shame in that. There's no shame in vibrating out of someone's reality. But I do encourage you to remember your power in it. Remember the power of your own vibration. Remember your own power of the control over your thoughts and your mind. Remember that you have the ability to tell those intrusive thoughts that they're not helpful and they're not welcome, because you have better and bigger things that are important right now. So that's what I have for you guys today. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe wherever you're at. And I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.